Salutations, Neaja. How are you? I am going to do a poem for you. And this poem is actually written by Langston Hughes. And I discussed it in one of our previous videos, but I wanted you to actually hear the poem. So you can just take a moment to listen to it and kind of, so you know what you're referencing, what I was referencing. And it's a poem written by Langston Hughes. And the name of the poem is called The Negro Speaks of Rivers. Okay? And so it was written by Langston Hughes in 1902 to 1967. I know I'm not going into one of the other rooms to do our videos. I kind of like doing it out in the open. I know it's like I prefer to do them this way, and I apologize. You can see people walking around because I'm sitting in a different section of the library. I could turn my back, but today I decided to do it this way. So I'm sorry that I'm usually over there on the other side of the room, but today I'm over here. Okay? All right. So, again, the name of the poem is called The Negro Speaks of Rivers. Okay? I've I've known rivers. I've known rivers ancient as the world and older than the flow of human blood and human veins. My soul has grown deep like the rivers. I bathed in the Euphrates when dawns were young. I built my hut near the Congo and it lulled me to sleep. I looked upon the Nile and raised the pyramids above it. I heard the singing of the Mississippi when Abe Lincoln went down to New Orleans, and I've seen its muddy bosom turn all golden in the sunset. I've known rivers, ancient, dusky rivers. My soul has grown deep like the rivers. So this particular poem was written by Langston Hughes in his youth. He was 17 when he wrote it. And you see, he speaks of the rivers and he draws a connection between the Euphrates, the Congo, the Nile, which are major rivers in Africa that were life sustaining, because most times in early civilizations, the people would congregate and develop around, the people would congregate and develop around the places where there was water, because you know our bodies need water, the earth needs water, the soil needs water. So in order for us to be food, we have to cultivate the earth with water. In order for our bodies to be strong enough to cultivate the earth, we need water. So oftentimes developments or civilizations would develop around the water. So anytime you hear of, and remember I told you about Benjamin Banneker, how he developed an irrigation system to keep his family's farm um, well watered even in times of drought. So the river water itself is life sustaining. So, and a large part of our blood is made up of water. So when he speaks about um, knowing rivers in the ancient world and the flow of human blood and veins, the same way our blood flows through the veins and helps cultivate life and carries energy and oxygen to all the organs, water filters through the earth in tributaries and rivers and in streams. And so making sure that the earth has adequate water, making sure the inhabitants of the earth have adequate water. So that's why it's such a powerful piece, because he says a lot in a very short space of time. So I'm going to read it to you again. And I know, sweetheart, I know it's sometimes it seems like it's like whatever, but I'm not trying to talk over your head or anything. I know that you're intelligent, and I know that even if right now you don't understand everything that I'm saying, as you grow and as time passes, the seed will be planted, and you're going to hear it over and over again, because that's the context that you're growing up in. You're growing up to be beautiful in every sense of the word, okay? The Negro Speaks of Rivers by Langston Hughes. Langston Hughes lived from 1902 to 1967. I've known rivers. I've known rivers ancient as the world and older than the flow of human blood and human veins. My soul has grown deep like the rivers. I bathed in the Euphrates when the dawns were young. I built my hut near the Congo and it lulled me to sleep. I looked upon the Nile and raised the pyramids above it. I heard the singing of the Mississippi when Abe Lincoln went down to New Orleans, and I've seen its muddy bosom turned all golden in the sunset. I've known rivers, ancient, dusky rivers. My soul has grown deep like the rivers. Okay? So That's the poem. What I'm going to do now is we'll do our prayers, and that'll be it for this video. Okay. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. Um, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive those who are indebted to us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Okay, so I love you, dear heart. I love you to the moon and around every star. I hope that you've had a beautiful, blessed day, and I hope that you have sweet dreams. And I hope that if ever, ever, ever you feel lonely or you're feeling discouraged, you'll find the time to sit down and listen to these words and know that you are loved and that God has his arms around you all the time. And you're standing on the shoulders of giants because you are. You descend from a beautiful legacy of writers, of culture, of thinkers, of philosophers, of artists, of musicians. That's who you are, baby. That is who you are. All right. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.